What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we're going to bring you an epic trailer reaction to the Black Widow, the real Marvel Studio Black Widow. But before we do that, we got intro. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Still was trying to get that together. Okay. So, Brother James, let's discuss. We got the Black Widow. We got Marvel, the Black Widow. Is this the only Marvel movie coming out this year? Because I don't remember what else coming out.
Because is any of the rest of that Phase 4 actually coming out this year?
I don't know, man. They usually do. They've been doing 3, but I know they want to at least do 2.
Right.
But you know, I was after Endgame, I was kind of like, all right, man, I'm gonna take a break. You know, I was like,
because I think like Endgame for me was like, okay, that's a perfect end to this whole story. I don't really need anything else. You know.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of worried about them continuing to make these movies, to be honest.
I know. It's like my interest ain't as big as it was, but I still want to see something good, you know. Right. Given this movie, this is their chance to get out of the spectacle of Marvel and start getting into an actual good, contained story, you know, well-crafted movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You think they're going to do that, though?
No. Like, because this is the thing that bugs me. Like, the whole time, like, ever since they announced this one, I'm like, oh, so we finally gonna get that Black Widow-based spy thriller we've been asking for. Oh, wait, this is some comic book nonsense.
Well, yeah, when the first trailer, it looked like they tried to get they tried to do some spectacles with that, you know, doing a lot of, this is a lot of action set pieces that look kind of big. Which is, I mean, it's okay. It's going to be a couple explosions, a couple whatnot.
Right.
But like a good spy thriller, you don't need all that. But then I guess if you say James Bond, they got all that. That's supposed to be a spy thriller.
Yeah, but like I'd also say the James Bond films ain't as good as they used to be.
Well, I went back and watched some of the old ones, dude. You don't want to go there with the Roger Moore years. You said they supposed to be good. When they got to the 70s with the Roger Moore stuff, that stuff got cartoonish. Man. No, I forgot how
a lot of that ended up carrying over to Pierce Brosnan. Now that I think about it,
and then when you watch Austin Powers, it's like, okay, some of this ain't even a parody. This is like a exact copy of what they did in James Bond.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, the sharks with the lasers on their head. I mean, I think that actually happened. Anyway, let's stay on Black Widow. So we're going to watch this trailer, and then we're going to get a little discussion about this spy thriller and see what this new trailer got to offer. Now, I was hearing they might have a little more to Taskmaster. I know that's what you want.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Literally the only character I care about.
All right, so do you got it queued up?
I got it queued up. I'm ready.
All right, so Black Widow trailer 2, 3, 2, 1, go.
Natasha, my sister. After all this time, what brings you home?
I'm on the run. I was trying to do something good. Be more than just a trained killer.
You're fooling yourself. We're still both trained killers.
We have unfinished business.
As we.
Still fits, Family. Back together again.
You got fat.
Smelling water, Wayne.
There's a new world of widows. New enemies. I'm done running from my past. Who the hell is that guy?
Huh.
So what you think of Taskmaster?
I think I mentioned before that I was done watching folks wearing dark clothes fighting in dark
Hello?
on
You
his
cut out a
outfit,
little bit.
man.
I heard you the first. You cut out a little bit. Say that one more time.
Well, like I'm just saying, like the whole like two folks wearing dark clothes fighting in a dark place. You know,
How else can they hide the stunt doubles?
right? But it's like it's just because like I'm trying to like pick out his outfit because it looks like he has a different outfit than the one we saw in the earlier trailer, but I couldn't tell.
Well, yeah, because I saw a close-up picture. He's got the little. It looks like a little skull. Like he's got the skull like design on his mask.
Yeah, it looks like he has an actual skull mask, not just a paintball mask with a skull painted on it.
Right. I mean, you know, they get to do the little skull design. So I mean, that's pretty much the only new thing I seen in this trailer was more Taskmaster. It's just a little more Taskmaster, but you know, it pretty much was the same trailer.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm looking. They gave him a little interest. You know, who is this guy? You know, I'm so glad they didn't say his name though. That's the Taskmaster.
No, you know what it would have been? We've got a new player. They call him the Taskmaster.
That guy can do everything I can do. It's like, dude, I swear, that's the problem where you make a movie where that has a built-in audience, but they want to get into casuals. They give you all the answers to every little thing, you know, where everybody who knows comics or whatever knows Taskmaster can emulate anybody's moves or whatever. But people who don't know it, so it's just like, you know, they basically stop the movie and say, these are for the people who don't know this. Guess what? You know, it's like, okay, way to take me out the damn story when you do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Let's hope they don't.
I mean, fingers crossed, but.
So what you think on the whole, though? Does the movie look good or what?
I mean, it looks okay. I mean, I think it feels a bit like, you know, some of the later Bourne movies. If you know what I mean.
I haven't seen that last one. I heard it wasn't that good though.
It wasn't. They tried to carry their premise a little too far, but it's got that sort of here's all these big action set pieces that happening in public, but no one's ever going to see them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. It looked like it was some. Like, did she fall out the sky? I think she was skydiving or whatever. They was From what I was hearing, they was like, you know, I got to go back and kind of go through this trailer, but they was like fighting in the sky or something, or doing some combat in the air as they was falling, and then she, you know, probably hit a parachute at the last minute and do a superhero landing with a hair flip. Now they need to talk to her about that. So this is Scarlett Johansson's signature stuff, but this stuff is cliched and played out. That look. Some of her moves, and she did a good job as a Black Widow, but it's some things you got to stop doing. Which Deadpool made fun of it. Once Deadpool made fun of it, you got to stop.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. Like once the medium, you know, starts making fun of how you do things, you can't stick with the same moves in that medium.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
She's not originally a action person. You know what I'm saying? She got thrust into that role because of her good looks. I mean she's got good acting ability too, but her original kind of, I feel like she was really a drama person, you know.
Yeah.
When her movies, and you know, once they cast her as Black Widow, she had to become more action oriented. But you know, her move is the superhero landing with the hair flip, and I'm like, dude. The fact they showed that in the trailer is kind of like, it made me kind of roll my eyes, dude. That's cliche now. You cannot do that no more. No more superhero landings with the hair flips.
I mean, like, at least come up with something different.
Yeah. I know. Land different. Fall. Do something.
You know, maybe don't have a hair flip.
Landing. Yeah.
Like I'd settle just for like go into the superhero landing, head down, slowly rise up, make eye contact, get the whooping ass.
Let your hair like slowly fall out of your face so we can see, oh, damn, that's a Black Widow.
Exactly.
You got to think of something different, man. I swear. But okay, so let's talk about some other stuff with this trailer. It got excuse me, it's got David Harbour as what's his name? The Red Comet? What the fuck is his name?
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. He's gonna add some comedy to it. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be kind of funny, you know, with him. And then hopefully,
I think this is a movie that's gonna need that.
Yeah, because I feel like the two women, the little dynamic duo thing they're doing, it's gonna be cool. But I don't see it definitely ain't gonna be no comedy there. So at least you got David Harbour to add some comedic relief to it. But what you think of the other girl?
Her Russian accent throws me a bit. It's one of those things that makes me really glad that ScarJo didn't try to go for that.
Yeah, you could tell it's fake, and Scarlett Johansson couldn't just change up and try to do a Russian accent. You know,
right?
It kind of don't match up because everybody's Russian. Everybody got a Russian accent except for her. Now I don't know if they're gonna give you a throwaway line to explain that away, but we'll see. But it don't match up. I mean, and then in the character from the comics was always very Russian.
It's like supremely Russian.
I mean, that was like her thing. You know, that's like what stood out or whatever. But I mean, I guess a good spy should be able to change her voice. She might mess around and try to do the Russian accent a little early and be like, I dropped that accent. Now I'm trying to hide who I was, so now I'm just making sure I talk with with an American accent. She might do that just to kind of even it out.
Like just give her some throwaway lines in Russian and call it a day.
Yeah, they might do that. But yeah, it looked like it's gonna be cool. See, I'm thinking like when you got this movie, you could have made this on like Captain America, Winter Soldier level. That was kind of like a spy thriller, and all the action was kind of grounded. You know, it wasn't. It was like it wasn't nothing too outlandish with the action. Everything was believable. So I'm thinking like, okay, you can't get the same directors, but if you can give me a story that played out like the Winter Soldier story, I'd be on board. Maybe a different ending, but
and especially because like this is supposed to be based after Civil War, so she's supposed to be trying to lay low.
Oh, so this is in between Civil War and what's the one between Civil War and Infinity War?
Infinity War, yeah.
Okay, so all right, yeah. I mean, I can see that, and we get to see some action, so we know she's gonna live. But can she do this by herself without the other heavy hitters?
Another thing I would say about this one, I really need them not to do this like, how in that last Fast and Furious movie, not the last one, but when Paul Walker died, and they recut it, and there's all these moments where it's clear that they're saying he's not going to be in here anymore, right?
Right.
I don't want this movie to have that. Like
No,
I
but
don't want this to be
they had to do that because they didn't have they couldn't shoot him. I know.
But no, I know that.
he
I know
wasn't
that. But like knowing that the character dies, I don't want them to shoot this like, all right, y'all, this is the last time you gonna see her. Get a good look. You know.
Yeah. But and chronologically, she's supposed to you'll see her later.
Right.
But
I just hope that they kept that in mind while they're making this movie. It's like the character is still supposed to live after this movie. You can't treat it like an in memoriam.
well, it's fine, as long as she don't say something like, you know, I hope I make it out of this, or when I make it out of this, I'm gonna do this. We know she's gonna die.
She's probably gonna say something about living on borrowed time.
Yeah, I don't know. As long as they don't allude to that, they just don't be tongue in cheek with that shit. But anyway, it looks good. This trailer didn't really add nothing. I think they wasn't planning on doing no new trailer. They was like, hey, that Morbius came out and we need something now. So they was like, well, shit, just kind of shuffle around that trailer we already had and throw the little extra footage that we was going to put in the other trailer. I think that's all they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't too much more. I don't recall seeing nothing too much different. It's gonna play out like what's that girl with the dragon tattoo or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool though, and I want to speak on Marvel Studios and Sony. They want you to know this is us and that's them.
Yeah.
Sony has wormed their way into using Marvel's name on their shit. So they let Marvel do all this hard work and build this universe and build up this brand, and they stole their shit. They some dirty bastards.
It's like the guy that joins the bench the year your team wins the Super Bowl. We did it, guys. Man, you ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. The guy on the bench, they get
Tony
a ring,
back
though.
on the bench.
Well, they still get a ring, though. Even if you got cut, you still get a ring.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It looks cool, man. I mean, it don't look amazing, but that's fine, though. If it's a contained, good story, I'm fine with it.
Right.
And like I said on my last reaction, this character of Black Widow deserved a movie because the fact that they gave Captain Marvel a movie before hers was kind of insulting, and then it wasn't even that good, and Brie Larson was not good in it. So I'm looking like, okay, ScarJo paid her dues. She been in the background, or she been there with the team since day one. And she paid her dues. She deserved a movie over the other one, because the other one came in cocky, like she about to run it, and I was like, man, bye. And
that's the thing. A lot of folks, huh?
No, go ahead, finish.
And that's one of the things like folks didn't seem to understand when it came to the how poorly received Captain Marvel was. It's like, it's not because it's a woman. That ain't it. It's just you can't come into a franchise acting like you the business, especially not when there's other people that should have gotten their own movie before you.
And it was a universe franchise that was built up with these characters that we've been knowing for years. So you can't come in fresh and be like, yeah, I want to just go right to front. I'm going to the front where everybody else been waiting in line. You want to go to the front. People gonna be pissed at you.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, so that's gonna wrap up. That's our Black Widow discussion. We're gonna get a review up when it come out. When it come out?
I think that comes out like May 1st.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get a review when it come out in May. So that is our discussion reaction. Give us some thumbs up if you like the video. And subscribe to the channel, please. You need to get those subscriptions up.
And we'll see y'all on the next one.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.